Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning lessons. I am Tessa-Marie. How are you feeling today? Today is Hi Colleen, good morning. Tuesday, April 1st, a new month, a wonderful new month for us to do better than we did yesterday. Good morning, Sue. How are you guys, ladies, feeling this morning? It is Tuesday. Je- Good morning, Tessa. Thanks, Sue. Morning, Colleen. Hey, ladies, look at our topic. Our topic is magnificent. Hello, Marina. How are you feeling this morning? Good morning, ladies. You guys look fabulous. I can see it. Our topic is going to mean something to some of you because some of you have experienced that situation. And in many cases, you're wondering, oh, why am I going through this? When you face challenges, remember it is because you have something valuable in you. Remember that. You have something valuable in you. That's why you face challenges. That's why they come knocking at your door. Hello, everybody on TikTok, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram. Hello. We are going to tell you you got this. Today, I want you, this is April 1st. Resilience is needed during this month. We have had snow and rain, and it's almost spring is in the air, and we cannot get over that hump of cold and chill. Hot and cold and all of that. Naturally, it's affecting us all. So it's a challenge. Um, my daughter and her husband are up at their lake house, and what has happened is that they normally live there all through COVID. They live there. They do come down to the condo in the city where they live too. But what happened? Ice. They live on Lake Skugog, so the ice and the trees and from public properties falling on them. They have a generator, but they only can run it for so long. They do not want to just keep running it. The noise also is not good. They can't sleep. So that's a challenge. And if you are facing challenges, I want you, no matter, I know I can never fathom the size of your challenges. Perhaps I never experience them, and maybe I never will. But I have had my fair share. And what I know, in my weakest moment, I had to dig deep. I had to pull in and say, hey, Tessa-Marie, you can do this. In spite of all the little nappy dogs grabbing at your heel to throw you down and to keep you down. Remember, so she came down to the city yesterday just to go get stuff. Hi, Betty, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? And naturally she's all over because she has to get groceries. They had to keep the fridge, the usual thing. No power. They have a wood stove, so that was giving them the heat they needed, but the fridge and the stoves and whatever. So these are challenges. Hi, sister, good morning. How are you feeling today? And she went through it magnificently. She had, it was amazing to see. And she said it's really harsh this winter. It has really kept us, indoors more than we would like. And I reminded, I said, but you got this. You have this thing. You have the resilience. You're able to do. Thank you, Betty. You're able to push through and come out on top. And if you were weak, you would not have that challenge. Weak people are not getting these challenges. Why don't you go, Nancy? Go on YouTube or TikTok. Here you are. You didn't make it. So, guys, if Instagram is giving you trouble, TikTok is available and open. YouTube is available and open. I am there too. So do not make yourself miserable because you have a challenge with YouTube. Here we go. You see what I mean? It's a minor challenge compared to people that will not have power until Friday, people who are not able to stay in their own home. Like my friend's friend had to go to her parents. Her home is just devastated with trees and ice and all of that. Global weather problem is a thing, even if even if the orange person says it's not. I know, eh? So we have to remember that we live in a world, and the challenge is, though, as much as we see them, they're not inside of us, are they? They're not inside of us. They're not here. They're not in our chest. They're not preventing us from breathing inside. They might suffocate us on the outside, but we have to find a way to move through that. And when you have the knowledge in you that facing challenges is because you have something valuable in you, you have tenacity, you have focus, you have discipline, you have stick to itness. You push through, you persevere, you never take no for the answer. You decide, okay, no today, yes tomorrow. All you have to do is to drop the may from maybe and say be. Or it's just not may, just be. Take when somebody say maybe, look at it and say to yourself, be. You're going to be. You're going to bend because you have that thing in you. Valuable, weak people, guys, weak people do not succeed. Weak people do not get to the top of the mountain. Weak people do not go up and hold on and say, no matter how cut those hands are, I'm going to hold on to that rope until I get myself there. And you're doing it every day. You choose to come to the morning blessings. You're looking for one thing. I am looking for one thing to give you, one thing from you to tell you, you are okay. You got this. I see you bend. I see you twist. I see you get gnarled. Look at a tree. I never publicly publish my book. This one, The Story of a Tree, the one right in the middle. I never publicly published it. It's a tiny book. I wrote it in less than, hi, my cuz, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? I wrote it in 30 minutes coming home at 9:30 p.m. on a summer night, having gone to the convention center. 762 people were writing that exam, a 4-hour financial planning exam. One of them, it was on risk and insurance. And with 9 exams, and I hadn't even got a pad. I had a scrap of paper this big. And after writing this exam, I am 51 years old at that time, and everything. I love math, but all of a sudden math seems alien to me. I love English and I speak it up, certification in that, and all of a sudden every word was there, a 25-page plan, and you're writing. You go to the washroom, the invigilator comes with you to the washroom. So you cannot sneak something. And even water was limited, or your chocolate bar to give you the energy. Everything you had to put on your desk. And if they didn't like it, they took it away. And that was the challenge on that summer night. I'm 9:30 and I'm coming home. I saw a tiny little weed growing between the cracks, and the place was called the O'Keefe Center. I think it's the Samsung, I don't know what center it is now, Sony Center. And I saw the little tree growing there, and it was challenged, but it wanted to grow. And that I wrote the story of the tree in 30 minutes or less, because it's to get home. It was maybe 25 or something like that. And I wrote it by hand on this piece of paper. I still got it. Then I got a friend who had a printing shop in those days, and somebody I knew in India to do the front cover. And all I did was have him print them, and I handed it out to people that I knew. And what happened is, it was just that tenacity of that tree. How dare you to want to grow, to be right next to this big international building where where Yul Brynner performed, and all these Maya Angelou, these amazing humans came and spoke. And you dare do that? Yes. Why did the seed fall there? Ask yourself that question. When you are sowing, remember where you were. Hi, Yuko. How are you feeling this morning? Hello, somebody on YouTube. Hello, everybody on YouTube and TikTok. I am with you. I see you. I acknowledge you. I want you to know I appreciate you for clicking that button when you see, Tessa-Marie sharing for this going live. Thank you. But I want you to realize that whatever challenge is holding you back right now, realize the reason is it doesn't want you to succeed. It wants you to stay at the bottom all the time. Be the tail, never the head. Be last, never first. That's why every time you say to me, Tessa-Marie, I take one step forward and I fall back 10. And I keep saying, but you stood up again, didn't you? Yes, I did. I said, well, keep going. Keep standing up again. Keep standing up again. Keep telling that challenge, I got this. Good for you. Sometimes, you know what, guys? The challenge is not you lost your house. That's huge. The challenge, you lost your job. That is one big mountain size, big. I don't even know the word, gigantic. You lost that job. Look at what is happening in the United States. I know someone who said after 14 years, they said to her, hey, take $25,000 and resign. And she thought, according to what she signed, she had 90 days. And last Thursday, they told her, you are done. Today's your last day. She worked for the FDA. She has a home and 2 children. She has a house she bought. Her chances now to survive is using her 401k. That's what she's using, her 401k. She's educated, double degrees in science and all of that. And off they kick her to the curb. And she was upset and angry. And I said to her, hey, your chance, you have a brand new slate. You have a brand new slate. You have an empty page. Carve the page. Revamp your resume. Be determined. Get up every day as earlier than the birds and tell the birds, hey, take the news. I am available for a position. There is a company that will hire you. Yes, I had to push her like that. And today we have a new slate. So whatever we went through in March, we have a choice today to fix March. We have a choice today to correct what we didn't like that happened to us in March, how we behave under pressure, how we let our senses affect our emotional prosperity. What did we do? Not realizing that we have something to offer. That is the reason when it gets tedious and hard and challenges and difficult and all of that, wiggle yourself if you cannot move yourself. Grab onto what you can to push a little harder and to believe. And even when the blood is running from your face and your fingers cannot hold on anymore, believe, I have something I have to do. I must get that diploma. I have to be free of that piece of debt. It's like an albatross around my neck. It's time. I incurred it, yes. I did the things to find myself in debt, true. But now I need to let debt go. I ate all the wrong things. That's why I'm 40, 50 pounds overweight or less or more. I did it. And if I did it, I can fix it. Believe that. Do not let anybody tell you that you're too fat. You will never get slim. What did that woman, Oprah, her father said to her, well, everybody in your mother's family is fat, so you're going to be fat. And that stayed with her. And she said that. But it looks like she never stopped looking for a way to get slim, did she? So now today she's a lot slimmer than she was. And how many years ago she said that? Maybe 25, 30 years ago. And you took your time and you ate for 25 years. You ate everything that you thought that was available for you to eat. And now you want it done in a week. No, it won't. But you can persevere. You can hold on. You can get disciplined. You can become aware of what your action is going to be. As you're reaching for that slice of cake, aware. When we do the things that keep us down, it's usually because we are not aware of our action in the moment. But when the hard and difficult and challenging comes our way, we need to remember one thing: we can do it. Come on. The first race you entered, you won. And you were blind and you didn't know where you were going. You were but a speck. We were but a speck. A speck. We couldn't be seen with the naked eye. But somehow we navigated our way and implanted ourselves in our mother's womb. We got there first. And that's why today we are here. We won that race already. So what are you telling me, Tessa-Marie? I have so many challenges. Tessa-Marie, I'm tripping on challenges. Yeah. And they're all outside. They're not inside of your stomach. Unless you allow it. Unless you bring it in. And like my friend said, she was going through a challenge, not of her making. Listen to this. Her son did something she wasn't happy with. And she, instead of realizing it's his challenge, support, yes, but his challenge, she said to me, I did not raise him that way. And I reminded her what my mother said. You make children, but you do not make their minds up for them. You do not have to raise them to be like you. They might take some of your traits, your personality, your sayings, your attitude, your mannerism, all of that. But they have to make their own choices. But the caveat, the horrible, it wasn't a cherry on the piece of cake. It was a blob. When she said that, I went, whoa. She said to me that her son's action is eating her inside out. Can you believe that? I had never heard that saying before. And I said to her, are you okay? I said, did you hear what you said? I said, you're destroying your body inside out. It's not your doing. Hold your head up and realize you cannot change him from being your son. Oh, I'll never talk to him again. Well, voila. He's part of you. I said, you have to talk to him. You cannot be on the opposite side of the street when your children are concerned. You have to be there. You cannot say, I don't know them. And that is why sometimes we have to realize who we are, that we did our best. So all of these are challenges, right? My friend was challenged by the behavior of her son. We are challenged by our actions when we spend too much. We are challenged by our behavior when we eat too much. We are challenged by when we are not aware and we do have slips and falls. When we are working and walking and we are not looking at ourselves to see what it is we are doing to that beautiful body, we are unaware. And then it hurts. And then it cripples us. It holds us back. It prevents us from going where we have to go. But we need to understand, what do you do now? You know, as I said to you, every time somebody speaks to me, I look to see what can I learn that I can use for me, or to think, or when I'm weak, or when I'm lost, that I can remember this word of a 3-year-old. She fell, my daughter, Jillian, she fell, she broke her front tooth right off. She wasn't of the right age. I don't know if she was about, no, must have been about 4. And we had to go to the hospital, and the doctor took the tooth off. And no sooner she was done, I don't know, she looked at him and she said, okay, now, where can we go buy a new one? And to this day, Jillian is a shopper. She loves shopping. But that is what she said to the doctor. Now, where can we go buy a new one? So when you're challenged and something is not working, ask yourself this question: no, what can I do now? Or where can I go find this? A little girl, that's my daughter, my first child. She said that at the hospital. And I will never forget that. She had similar things because she's a very observant girl. When her dentist looked at her teeth and he said, oh, Jillian, you have such beautiful teeth. What toothpaste does your mother use? Well, she said it, and then it was, doctor looks at me later, whichever one is on sale. So that was what I would say when we go shopping. If it's not on sale, we're not buying it. We need it, but we'll get it on sale. And so when she didn't know, he said, whichever one is on sale. And he said to me, Jillian told me your trick. I said, no, never mind, Dr. Adewale. It doesn't matter. He looked at me and he laughed. So do what you have to do. Face your challenges. Learn from little people. The Desperado tells us that you're going to learn from everybody. The person you consider ignorant maybe has the better lesson for you than the person with the 129 degrees and millions of dollars. The person that can tell you, I am happy with myself. I am happy as I am. Learn from them. When you are weak and you're not as happy with yourself as you desire to be, look at one that is happy with themselves no matter what. Do not give up. Your challenge is just to say to you, hey, you have something I want. When people criticize you, it's not because they hate you, you have something they want. And they know they're too weak to get it. They're too weak to be persistent. They're too weak to just hold on. They're too weak to try when you fail and get up and do it again and again. They're too weak to show up every morning at 8 o'clock, 5 days a week to do the morning blessing. And sometimes there's nobody here. And they give up. I have friends, people I met that taught me some of the things that I'm doing today. And they were already on social media. And for unknown reason, not getting followers, not getting likes, not getting hugs, not getting kisses, they gave up. But all of that is from the outside. And that's what I remembered. It's from the outside. It wasn't them. They were looking for love or acceptance on the outside of them. They stopped. I don't criticize them, but I realized when I talk with them, they tell me, oh, Tessa-Marie, nothing was happening. I wasn't growing and you know what? I am grown. And so are you. You are no longer 6 months old. You're no longer 24 days old. You are no longer 15 days old. I have a 15-day-old granddaughter, 15 days. And she has to wait for her parents to feed her. And because she needs that, they're on the outside to give it to her so she can sustain. But you and I are not like that. We do not need somebody to feed us from the outside unless we're sick and we're in a hospital or a care. But if you are not, then you are doing something. Do not give up when you are 3 feet from the vein of gold. There is a vein of gold in everything we set out to do. And sometimes the digging and the working and the mining and the consistency and the stick-to-itness and the tenacity and the determination and the purposeful action are tough. But if it is worth having, it is worth fighting for. Freedom is worth fighting for. Being you is worth fighting for. You are worthy. And if you cannot stand up and fight for you, what are you going to do when someone else needs you to throw them a rope when they're drowning? You haven't practiced drowning and survived. You gave up. Are you going to tell the person that's in the water who can't swim, hey, I gave up. I gave up. And then they tell us the story of the two brother frogs, who decided they saw a bucket of milk and they're going to jump into it. They swam around and swam around, and they couldn't jump out. And when they kept trying to jump out of the pail of milk, they kept hitting the side of the pail and not getting out. One brother said, "The hell with it, I'm giving up." And he sang down to the bottom. He sang down to the bottom, and he died. The other one Just kept paddling his little feet, paddling his little feet, paddling his little feet, paddling his little feet. I'm sure he was breathless. I'm sure those little feet were hurting. But did he give up? No, he didn't. And then all of a sudden, he had churned that milk with that little action in those little feet and those little toes that a frog has. And it got solid. He made butter. And he could use the butter as his trampoline. He pressed and he was out. You understand? He didn't give up. I'm not giving up on you, and you shouldn't give up on you. Sometimes we make choices to do things. And when we get to the place where we are supposed to be, we do not see it. And that is why T.S. Eliot said to us, man shall never cease from wandering, only to arrive where he started and know the place for the first time. Sometimes, if you have read The Alchemist, his treasure was in the church that he was dreaming of going to find his treasure all around the world. Only to come back to the church after having so many horrible experiences. The alchemist came home, and the treasure he was looking for was under the tree that had grown in the fallen church. But he went looking. So sometimes we have to stay where we are and do our best. Sometimes, if we truly believe we have superpower, which we do, is the tenacity, is the consistency, is to persevere through it, is to learn. I am here today and I speak about money. Tomorrow, I'll have that 1 p.m. talk about finance purposely, because that's my route. And the reason why I will do that is because at 51, people told me not to do this. Why bother? Why stress your brain? But I had something in me. And 51 from 78 is 27 years ago. I did this. And that information I went through purposely day after day after day, an hour a day. 9 courses. It wasn't 3, they were 9. 9 4-hour exams, 2 25-page plan for a family of 7 or 5, whatever they chose. It wasn't easy, but I had it in me. I wanted to tell people, if I did it for myself financially, but I wanted to show people that there are plans you can make and actions you can take, and there's steps, they're small, like the frog, little movement in the milk, hardened it to butter. And that's why I'm there. And that's why I always say, God bless TD Toronto Bank. God bless that bank. No education from them. They paid for it. I wouldn't be here today. To tell you, to persevere, to push through, do your best. Do not let people tell you what it is you must do. Work on it. No one else is going to come and do it for you or for me. And always remember, I know it's hard when you're bleeding and you're hurting and everywhere is terrible. Good morning, Kimberly. And you are there. When you're facing a challenge, remember, it is because you have something valuable in you. Weak people do not succeed. They stop. Good morning, Yoko. Good morning, So Loud. How are you guys doing over on YouTube? They give up. You didn't come here to give up. You came here to prosper. You came here to thrive. You came here to move up. You might be in the mud and it's sticky and it's yucky and you cannot move out of it. But if you just leave your body in the mud, you will sink. And that is what the frog did. One brother just let go. The other one kept churning and finally got out because he got better. So when you're facing a challenge, it's because you have something valuable in you. When others criticize you, it's because you are what they cannot be. They are weak and they know that already. You do not have to tell them that. When somebody comes at you and they form negative opinions about you, they are jealous of you. They envy of your vitality, your energy, your vibration, your power, your stick to itness, your consistency, your smile, your determination. They just want it. They can't have it. They cannot do the work to get it. So when they do all of that and they use words that are not impeccable or exquisite to talk about you, when they lie about you, when they create stories about you, remember the challenge and what they're putting at you is outside. It belongs to them. We all must know at a time that what we pray to happen to another is usually what we receive. Only we are too far gone down the narrow hole to realize we created the life we are living right now by not picking up the mantle that was placed before us and thrive and push and shove and go until we get where we desire to be. Weak people do not succeed. People who dare not try do not succeed. People who stay on the sideline, they do not succeed. There are not enough dances anymore or wallflowers anymore. You go to the party, you better dance. You go to the beach, you better swim. And when you get to where it is you desire to go, pause. Pause and congratulate yourself by looking up, looking down, looking sideways, and seeing the journey you got to be there. Because all along the way, you tasted the journey. You tasted the flavor on the journey called life. And sometimes, bitter. Sometimes they were stingy. Sometimes they were too spicy. Sometimes you were at the verge of giving up. You stood on top of the precipice. You looked at the craggy rocks below you and you thought, if I let go, it will all be over. But that valuable thing in you said to you, do not let go. It's not over. Do not let go. Turn around and go back, and you'll find your treasure where you started. Acclimacy. Make sure you put yourself out there for you. Nobody's going to do it for you. And do not let the opinions of others stop you from being brave. Have a wonderful and amazing day, everybody. I am so happy you guys came today. Oh, what a wonderful morning this is. A new month, eh? What are you going to do today? How do you want to reflect on April? It starts with the steps you take today. So wonderful, amazing humans all over the place. I am so excited. I am doing YouTube here, Instagram there, TikTok there. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for me because it's not perfect. And I'm sure there's going to be critics that's going to tell me it's useless and I'm silly and I shouldn't be doing that. And I know that already. And I go, okay, oh well, at least I did it. Have a great day. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you, everybody, for coming. You are valuable. Laugh at your challenge because it can't laugh at you. It is angry. Have a great day. I thank you, Kimberly. I spoke to on another platform last night on this similar topic. Great job, Rosalind. Amazing people. So um, a month full of possibilities and wonder. That was said by who's so loud said that on YouTube. And yeah, amazing, eh? Have this is amazing. You're on 3 platforms. Yeah, for you. Thanks, Sue. I am doing my best. Thanks, Nancy. Thank you, everybody on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Let's say goodbye to our Instagram friends. I love you. I appreciate you. And when I say I love you, it's so that you remember when you're saying goodbye Tell the person I love you. Great. And my sister said she's proud of me. Thank you, sister. When your baby sister is proud of you, I mean, you've got this. I know, Kimberly. I look forward to you when you do your things. I drop in. Sometimes it's later because, guys, I go to bed quite early. My sister keeps me up, and I have to say, I'm going to bed. So I go to bed around 8:30. I'm in bed at 8:30, and maybe I fall asleep. I still, one day I'll talk about my nighttime routine because it's part of the morning routine in a funny way. So sometimes I talk to my sister. I love talking to her. She's excited and enjoyable. I know, and I thank you. So whenever I see you, Kimberly, I will drop in. Even if I can't stay, I'll say, "Hi, how you doing?" Because I stay away from the screens before bedtime, just so I have and I set up. We'll talk about that. Another topic for another day. Thank you, people on TikTok. I love you. I enjoy you. Have a great day. Thank you for coming. Bye. And those beautiful souls on YouTube. Loki, morning blessing, Loki. I didn't see you coming in. I'm sorry. Um, this is just fabulous. I don't want to stop, but I have to. So anyway, let's end our screening on YouTube. Amazing humans, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I love your comments. And you have a wonderful day. Yuko said, and sold out a month full of possibilities and wonder. She got it, or he got it. A month full of possibilities. It starts now. Let's do this. Let's see what kind of inventory we can have in at the end of April, how we will feel. Have a great day. I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for coming. Have a wonderful and amazing day. So